All right, Virgo, my virgins, here we go. This is for January 2024 for Virgo, the angle number 6 of the soulmate cycle, halfway point in my fly through. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve Love Tarot, no matter what sign you are, if it resonates, it resonates. You're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I'm not a fucking Time Lord, but I am pulling on January. I remind everybody it's a bit of a setup month, but this is a very interesting, having said that, this is a very interesting pre-shuffle. It's just the surface energy. I asked the universe, give me the soulmate cycle from the angle of Virgo. Slice number 6 of our pie here. As we divide the soulmate cycle into 12 pieces, I get 5 swords on the surface, crossed by the page of swords and a tower and a 10 of wands, bookending the 5 swords. The only way to describe this energy, I'm going to give you an example. It's just an example. It'll not be literal, okay? But I need something for your mind's eye to understand this energy. All right. So someone's peeping you, right? It's like, it's just part of my example. I'm not saying that's happening. Someone's peeping you, right? You're changing into your fancy bikini, and someone is peeking their head through a crack in the door. And then something fucks up. A wind comes, something startles them, and they fall inside the room, and there they are. You know they're there. You can see them. It's that kind of thing. It's that kind of energy. Somebody here somehow, some way, through their own immature action of spying on you, peeping on you, looking at you, thinking about you too much, whatever it is, reveals themselves in a rather sudden and shocking way. Okay? And the example I gave you is a good example for your mind's eye, because you do have an energy that's around you that's very interested in you. How would that play out? Let's say it's somebody you work with, or they're a friend, you go to lunch with them every day. You're not really, they don't really say that they're interested in you or anything like that. Well, one day, you call them up. It's just a regular phone call. You've been on the phone with this person a million times. It's no big deal. And you say, okay, cool. Well, we'll meet for lunch tomorrow then. I'll see you then. They say, and you say, okay, all right. And they say, okay, fine. And you say bye. And then they say, oh, I love you, bye. And it slips out. It's just, I love you at the end of the call. And you're like, what the fuck just happened? Did you just say you loved me? Like that. Slips out in a rather embarrassing, rather tense way. So you've got an energy around you that's definitely peeping you in some way. I don't mean it in a dirty way, although I like phrasing it that way. It's fun. But somebody's interested in you more than you think. This comes up a lot in this angle. And they're about to accidentally show their hand. Okay? It puts you in a rather advantageous position, in a way. Maybe. There is some... It's a victory in a way, but it's a false victory, and it's because they probably didn't want it revealed in that way. That's where the embarrassment comes in, that 5 of Swords kind of energy, right? False victory. So let's see, let's see why we're here. All right, let's see. First card out's before the cut. It's why the fuck are we here? Energies are tricky. I get them as feelings, and I interpret them my own way, but then I gotta kind of tell a bunch of people what I'm interpreting. Yeah. You're about to find out the truth about how somebody feels about you. That's why we're here. Okay? Everything I said, Queen of Swords. Okay? It might be a cold, hard truth. Well, think about my analogy that I gave you. Right? Somebody, that peeper person who falls in the door. You would never have suspected that person would do that. You were changing your clothes with the door cracked because you knew that they wouldn't come up the stairs and do. Why would they do that? There's some kind of cold, hard truth about a person here. It's bittersweet in some way. It's like you find out somebody likes you, but then it's how you found out, kind of a thing. I mean, it's just, okay. It's not ideal. After the cut, 9 of Pentacles. I think we're alone now, ringing in my head. You thought you don't see this coming in some way. You don't. There's an independent energy here that's this. Maybe you're too self-focused to see this. This is something you should have spotted, but this has to do with self-focus or not keeping your scanners peeled properly, kind of a thing. Maybe your energy's a little too inward. I don't know. It's all of that and more. Either way, whatever this cold hard truth is, it's very revealing and very liberating to you all at the same time. It can be. You don't want somebody around you that is weird or something like that. So there's a weird energy here. I won't lie to you. It's weird. All right? As weird as the things I've described. All right? The two examples I gave. All right. All right. And don't take me literally. Okay? But definitely change your clothes with the door all the way closed. All right? People are fucking assholes. Don't over trust people. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Let's see where we go here. Let's see. Give me the soulmate cycle. This is definitely somebody you have a soul connection with because I'm pulling on it. Give me the soulmate cycle from the angle of Virgo for January 2024. We can always count on one weird reading. Ace of Pentacles, fueled by the Nine of Swords. The Knight of Swords. Yeah. Somebody reveals themselves, but there's just a lot of anxiety around it. Look, there just is. Okay? It's sort of an energy, too, of it. Well, at least it's what you should tell yourself with 9 swords crossing the Ace of Pentacles, is, especially with that 9 of Pentacles that came after the cut, is, well, at least I know now. Right? At least I know. Okay. All right. I know who I'm dealing with. But there's just so much anxiety around this Ace of Pentacles. Readings on the flip. Here's your connection with whoever this is. Here's the 3D energies around them or you or both. Here's their soul, not yours. Hidden energy message from the universe, separate from the whole fucking reading, I'm sure. Potential final outcome. I say potential because I can't predict free will. This is all very happenstance. Just kind of, it just happens kind of energy. Okay, I'll clarify and throw universe code. What is the connection with this? This is a sneaky Knight of Wands, what the kids might call a player type energy. Yeah, this is not someone you should, I'm going to go upstairs and change and leave the door halfway open. This is not the person you would want to do that to. Trust me. They're coming up the stairs. Coming up the stairs slowly, peeking around that corner. I mean, it's just an example, but it is that type of energy. It's very emotionally immature. All right? I mean, this could even be, it's disappointing and causes anxiety. This has come up before where you find out it's the neighbor's 12-year-old that's into you. You know, it's like, oh, what the fuck am I going to do with that? That's fucked up, you know, kind of a thing. But it's not that. This is an adult energy. It's just, okay, 3D energies around them. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. This person holds back emotions a lot. This is someone around you who is really holding back their feelings for you. Really holding back. But the problem with that is it builds. It becomes toxic. It makes people do impulsive things. It'll make that person, and there's been studies in psychology of this. Friends that are just friends, and there's one person has feelings. Those feelings get batshit crazy when they're locked up. They'll do crazy shit like peep and all that kind of stuff. They will. They will. There's a lot of things that have ended up going very bad. Very, very bad because this energy is pent up. It is. It gets accidentally, the glass gets accidentally dumped. Okay? Sometime January, maybe February, I don't know, I'm not a time lord, but the setup for it is this month. Alright? Listen, my advice to you, if this is going to be your fucking reading, fine. I don't control what comes in here, so don't fucking blame me. It's your fault. You guys are virgins. That's hot. Okay? It's fucking hot. I'm sorry. Okay? I'll peep you too. I don't fucking care. But no, at the end of the day here, if this is what's going to come in here, keep your scanners peeled. Like they used to say on Knight Rider, right? Keep your scanners peeled. Don't, make sure some of your energy is paying attention to your surroundings. Take your nose out of your smartphone, okay? A little bit. Pay attention to your surroundings. There's a lot of tension, nervous tension too. There's a lot of it around whoever this is. Their soul is here. It's red with the Knight of Wands. Empress. They're actually a divine feminine energy, but they act out of character. They keep it held back. So it's like a feminine person, a person who's very much has the capacity for amazing depth of emotion, but they don't show it. So with or without you, they exist in tension. They exist in a lot of tension. We saw that tension with the Ten of Wands in the pre-shuffle. Okay? This is someone who's not being who they really are. Who they really are is somebody with deep empathy, very, very intuitive, very, very emotional, able to feel on multiple levels. You know, they don't behave that way. And the net result is what we talked about here. Okay? Pent up. Okay. Let's talk to the universe. I think this is separate from the whole reading. Yeah, Nine of Cups. It's someone who goes for what they want. There's an energy here of someone who goes for what they want, but they mask it. They hide it. Okay? So they go for what they want, but they... how do I phrase this? This weird energy. Okay, I'll phrase it from the other side. You're everything that this energy wants, but they're not going to show you that. Their behavior would completely lead you to believe that that's not the case. Okay? All right, I'll just phrase it like that. We'll see what happens when we clarify. What's the potential final outcome with this fiasco? Why is always one angle? There's always one in a zodiac fly-through. It's 8 Wands. Yeah, they accidentally reveal themselves. It comes out. It's forward movement. It's communication. It's 8 Wands. A sudden shock. Psh, right? We had the Tower. Also has lightning in the pre-shuffle. Yeah. This talks about speed. Suddenly, it spills. It spills. They reveal themselves. It's my peeping Tom who falls through the fucking door and lands in their face, lands at your feet. Right? And then they get an even better view, technically. But at the end of the day here, yeah, it's somebody who shows their hand completely accidentally, though. Completely out of their control. Okay. Sometimes that happens. I like to call it instant karma, you know. But somebody here is holding back a lot of feelings for you, and it's becoming tense, intense. It might cause them to act out of character. We see it here, right? You're actually someone they admire quite a bit. You're actually their 9 of Cups, and they have great capacity, but they're not. These two are read together. They're not. These two don't go together. Okay? They're not being who they really are. All right? So, okay, let's clarify. Let's talk to the witches. Randomly at the bottom is Fakey McFakerman, the Queen of Wands. See? There you go. They're not showing you who they are. And this comes up in your reads sometimes in the weekly readings, too. I know it does. In this angle. Alright? Alright. Knight of Wands. And don't sit out there and go, oh, this is definitely not, you know. You don't suspect this. Why do you think you changed into your bikini with the door half cracked? Right? You didn't think they were going to come up the stairs? You said, you know, why? You would never suspect it. At all, ever. Right? And it's instant karma that the door fell down while they were there, and you're like, oh my God, you were there, right? So don't be surprised here. There shouldn't be any surprise for you, because I'm warning you in advance. There's an energy attached to you. It's very close. You know who the fuck this is. This is not someone new. And they got a lot of pent up, weird, getting creepy feelings for you, okay? It's just weird shit happens when it gets this pent up, especially with someone who has this capacity in the soul for emotion. All right, but it's somebody on the outside. When I say who is this connection, it's a Knight of Wands. It's somebody on the outside who's just, I don't know, they might be fun to hang out with. They might be somebody, they might be a life of a party. They might be they're just not behaving who they really are. So, of course you can't think of who it is. I doubt you can. All right. In the right trailer park, this is a cousin. All right, end of story. All right. Knight of Wands, why is it here? I don't even want to fucking, I fucking knew it. It's crossed by the Page of Swords. Spy. It's someone who looks at your picture, spies on you, perfectly capable of, and when I say spying, I mean fucking spying. That's what I mean. This is an immature energy. It's just, and it's just what it is. The energy around them and what's going to happen here with this is, for you, is very disappointing. You would never have suspected this. What's on top? The moon. It's hidden. They're hiding who they really are. Okay? Why? Because they're afraid to show who they really are. Well, people like this always are. Spying. Think about the nature of spying in general. Right? People's afraid to show who they really are. Well, you're my Nine of Cups. Rather than go in and be mature and say, I have feelings and, whatever. No, I'll just peek around the crack, right? That kind of thing. It's very immature. It's because they're afraid. They're afraid that people won't like them. It's somebody like that, which is usually the case with someone who's the life of the party. They're compensating for something, right? If you have energy around you that makes you popular, you don't have to be the life of the party, right? I used to go to parties all the time when I was in my 20s. I used to have a crowd of people gathered around me. I wasn't acting a fool when I was there. I wasn't cracking a bunch of jokes, making sure everybody knows I'm here. Hey, look at me, dressed up in some weird flamboyant cape and all kinds of things. No, I was just quiet. I'd grab myself a drink, I'd sit down, and my energy would draw people in. For some reason, it draws people in. You want proof? Look at this channel. I was fine with the first 6 people that were here. I don't know where the other 110,000 came from. This is a person who's compensating for something. All right, why is the Fool here? Oh, whoa, I called it a fool. It is a fool a bit. It feels a fool. It feels like somebody who does do things impulsively a little bit. Why is the Moon here? Page of Cups. Again, it's someone who's just afraid to show how they feel. End of story. Now, there's a lot of tension here. And I'm telling you, as someone who has studied psychology, probably I don't have the acronyms after my name, but I'm part of a lot of psychology boards and things like that. I got plenty of people with acronyms that listen to me. I know I've read all the books they have and processed all the information they have. And I will tell you, this kind of tension, this kind of built-up tension causes people to act out of character. That's all I'm going to say. Keep that in mind. All right? Ace of Cups. This is someone who would be around you. Okay? Someone you may even have trust for. And I'm not saying be suspicious of everybody. Just keep your scanners peeled. That's all. Be smart. All right? That's all. That's all you got to do. That's all you ever got to do. All right? The universe is smacking this person somehow. Somehow or some way they get tripped up. You find out about it. That's all. That's the reading. That's it. Nothing bad going to happen to you, per se. It's accidental. It's embarrassing for them. All right? So, you're cool. Just keep your scanners peeled. That's all. Ace of Cups. This really tense Ace of Cups. Oh, yeah. They don't know how to handle this. It's a Page of Cups. Page of Cups. That's right here. These two blend together then. Fine. It makes sense for what I was about to say. It's a Page of Wands. Children at this age do not know how to handle love. Okay? That's why we don't like it. We don't let them get married at 11. And we certainly don't encourage, underage banging, because they don't know how to process the emotions that come with that. This person can't handle this. They don't know how to handle that. So they act out impulsively here a little bit. Okay? It's just like an adolescent in love, right? They slam the door, they cry, they go in the room, it's the end of the world. They don't know how to handle this. What's on top? Two of Wands. It's a set the intention energy. It's like always setting the intention, never doing anything about it is what's built up the tension here. So, for example, again, just an example, it's a friend you have dinner with all the time, and every time right before they go to dinner with you, they say to themselves on the way, I'm going to tell Virgo this time how I feel. Okay? And then they don't during dinner. It just doesn't happen. That builds the tension. Builds, and snowballs. Always setting the intention and never doing anything. You want proof? The next card is nothing. 4 Swords. This 4 Swords can mean healing. It can mean shutting down the brain and letting the soul energy flow. It can mean all kinds of fucking things. Rest. It can also be a void, and this is a void. It's exactly what I just said. Why is the 2 of Wands here? Because they don't do anything. The example I just gave you is perfect, and that's why this is built and built up and built up. And this is especially true in the right trailer park if this is a cousin. Okay? Take it from me where I come from. Watch any episode of Cops. All right, it's right. No, I'm just teasing. All right, the Empress. Let's do this. Let's go. Yeah, I'm just telling you. Tons of psychology papers written about this. Tons. This isn't going to go as poorly as some of those papers went. You catch my drift? This is just somebody here is about to be very embarrassed as their feelings are accidentally revealed. Whether it's my peeping example or it's my phone call example where they accidentally say at the end of a phone call, I love you. And you're like, what the fuck just happened? Did they just end the call with I love you? What the hell was that? Right? This cup is spilling whether this person likes it or not under this energy. Alright? Oh, I love it. The Empress, tell me about this. You know what? I like this person's soul. That's beautiful energy. They have the capacity for this. But if you don't know how to control this, we got the pages here, right? If you don't know how to control Empress energy, it can make you do some pretty crazy shit emotionally. You can be overly emotional, okay? And I think that might be why they shut it down. They're afraid because when they got emotional in the past and allowed it to flow, it was too much. They smothered somebody or something like that. You know, too much too soon kind of thing. Talking about babies on the first date. You know, it's like, whoa, slow down, motherfucker. I don't even have my goddamn appetizer yet. Right? You got me pregnant already. What the fuck? You know, it's a bit of that. So again, we've got someone, and that's fine, but that's not. That can get a little weird. In this case here, it'll be something that gives you a chuckle, I think. Right? It will. All right. The Empress. Tell me more about the Empress. I think I already said what I needed to say. The Empress is red with the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands was crossed by the Page of Swords, if you remember. If you don't, here's a picture of it again. These are red with these. This is here crossing. It's exactly what I just said. The last time this person let their true emotions flow, their Empress flag fly, it ended in disappointment. It's too much, right? So they keep it shut down. People tend to go to extremes with these sorts of things, and it's a problem. All right? Shut it down a little bit. Turn the volume down a little. Don't put it on mute. Okay? What's on top? There. You want proof? Fine. Virgos love proof, don't you? Four of Pentacles. Fear. I'm afraid of what happened last time. All right? This is somewhat, again. And look, this is directly bookending the Moon, which was fear. Why is the Four of Pentacles here? Two of Swords. It's just what happened last time. It's just everything I've already said. It's just everything I've already said. This person here, again, they just keep it, I don't want to feel it, I don't want to feel it. And because of that, because of what's happening here, this Ace of Cups builds and builds and builds. Somebody got the fucking hots for you, and they're not telling you. They always intended to. They keep intending to, and then they don't. They don't do anything, and that's why there's so much tension here. Tension, tension. That's why the Page of Wands is crossing here. You know what happens when somebody 12, 13 falls in love, right? You were all 12 or 13 once, right? My sister used to slam the door all the time. I remember crying and this and that. The puppy love, you know, that kind of thing. It builds and builds and builds and builds. This person's like that here a little bit. A little bit. They can't, because they're not allowing this energy, this Empress energy to flow. They're not behaving who they truly are. They're wearing a mask a bit here. All right, let's talk to the universe. This is separate from the reading. 9 Cups. Listen, just keep your scanners peeled, that's all. Like I said, keep your eyes open around you. Don't try to figure it out. You'll make you cynical. You know, I don't want you to start not trusting somebody around you because you think you know who I'm talking about. I highly doubt you do on some level. I mean, you might, fine, but try not to even deal with it. You know that it's serendipitous. It just happens. That cup, that Ace of Cups spills on this person. My examples I gave were perfect. They will reveal the hand to you. From there, what you do with it is up to you. Now, again, why is the 9 of Cups here? It's liberating when it happens because it allows you to see someone for who they really are, which is always liberating. 9 of Cups. Why is it here? Queen of Cups. They never told you. It's my Desert Queen. There's a ton. Not only are you their 9 Cups, you're Queen of Cups. This person here, just massively in love with you. Just massively. Massive. Never said a word. It's my Desert Queen. Cup is empty. And what's happening is this is creating frustration. She's sitting there holding an empty Ace of Cups, right? an Ace of Cups. There's nothing coming back into it in this case here. Okay? She's going to have to, they have to get up and say something. She has to get up and go to the water and fill the cup and then come back. Again, it's what I said over here. On the way to dinner with you, for example, I'm going to tell them this time. I'm going to tell Virgo how I feel. And then they don't. That builds tension. 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 Lots of tension. Six of Swords. There needs to be a release of that tension. That's the warning from the universe. Six of Swords. This slow, slow burn. This is that toy that, well, if you're my age, you had, or older, you had it when you were a kid. It was a little balsa wood paper airplane thing made of wood. It had a propeller and a rubber band, and you would wind it back and build the tension up on the rubber band and then release it, and it would fly across the yard. Generally speaking, land on your neighbor's roof and you lose it forever, or up in a tree. But still, that tension is building. There needs to be a release of tension here, and it comes out of nowhere. It's red with the moon. Comes out of nowhere. Why is the Six of Swords here? Five Swords. Again, somebody can't hold this back. This is false victory, right? I said already, rewind. It's bittersweet for you, okay? You get to see who somebody really is and how they feel about you, but you're disappointed by how it happens in some way, okay? In some way. It can be as simple, it doesn't have to be my examples. Those are just examples. It could be as simple as you hear, hey, I ran into so-and-so at a party last night and they were talking about you and blah, 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 blah. It could be that. It could be. Something reveals their hand, okay? There is an energy attached to you. It belongs to a person. It's not a fucking chipmunk. It's not a fucking raccoon. It belongs to a person. And this person is really, really, really a little too into you. Okay? A little, it's built, and what I mean by that is it's built up a lot of tension. Alright? Alright. That's all I'm going to say. Spank banking not enough here. That's for sure. That's just going to create more tension. This can also be that. Right? You know, again. Alright. That just builds up more tension. That's all it does. Especially if you see the person, if you know the person. Alright. Alright. Eight of Wands. You find out there's some sort of, something happens. Can we phrase it that way? It's technically a card of communication. It's forward movement. Something suddenly happens where this cup spills. This Ace of Cups spills. Verification of my read right there. Why is the Eight of Wands here? What do you want to tell my viewers about the final outcome here? That's how I'm going to phrase it to the universe. That's how I put it out there. The words are just for you. What do you want to tell my viewers about the final outcome here, this Eight of Wands? We'll see what the universe has to fucking say, huh? It's crossed by the Five of Wands. Yeah. I'm going to say it. It could be a mild level. Okay? Keep that in mind by what I'm about to say. Okay? I think you know what I'm going to say. Could be a mild level. It could be a major level. But I think you're going to be a little pissed. A little miffed. Okay? By this, when this Ace of Cups spills. Well, think about it. The door falls in while they're peeping you in my extreme example. You'd be a little miffed, wouldn't you? Hey, motherfucker, what the fuck were you doing there? Right? A little miffed. Okay? It just, a little miffed. I mean, you might even, for some of you on a more positive level, you might even, again, I don't think many of you are getting peeped, but it's a good example. It's the way that I would describe this energy to somebody. But I think for some of you, you're a little miffed that this person never told you on some level. That they didn't feel they could open up to you. That could be that too. It could play out that way. I don't know. But you're a little miffed. Could be a low level miffing or a high level miffing. All right. All right. What's on top? 10 Swords. Again, they never told you. Always set the intention, never told you. This here is not the way. The way this happens might put 10 swords in this connection. I'm not making up these examples for no fucking reason. I said it's possible you're just mad that they never shared their feelings with you. But I'm telling you, 10 swords. At least you know. Okay? At least now you know where someone's coming from, how they feel, what was in that cup. Okay? However it plays out. But keep your fucking eyes open. Alright? Because it will. It happens very suddenly. And somebody here, there's a lot of guilt attached to this as far as this person goes. Not you. No, you're miffed. Pissed, maybe. This person, guilt. A lot of it. A lot of it. Oh, what have I done? I have feelings for them and now I've put 10 swords in it. Why did I have to do that? Why? This happens all the time. Lots of psychology papers written about this. People acting way out of character. Too much tension built up. People do crazy shit. Alright? Crazy shit. Why is the 10 of swords here? 9 of wands. This is not something they wanted you to see. This is not something they wanted you to know. What is this Ace of Cups? Whatever it represents. Feelings. Built up. Pent up feelings that they have for you. This red, this 9 of wands is red with the 4 of swords. It's why they did nothing. On the way to dinner, for example, I'm going to tell Virgo how I feel, and then it doesn't happen. Then they do nothing. Why? Because they don't want you to know for some reason. Because they figure if once you know, maybe it's over then. Whatever, it doesn't matter. You're going to see through the wall. Okay? There's a crack in their usual defenses. Usually this wall is very solid and you can't see what's going on the other side. You can see that sun, right? Yeah. You're going to see through a wall that's normally pretty that you can't see through. Okay? A wall that's normally blocking something is about to reveal something about how someone feels or who someone is, their character, whatever. Okay? This is a good thing in a way. It plays out in a good way. Why is the Ace of Pentacles here? Well, go back to the overall energy. Right? It's a new beginning with somebody, but it's a little bittersweet. There's a little bit of anxiety attached to it. There's a little bit of, oh my God, what? You might start to question yourself about, well, if I trusted this person and this is what happened, maybe I'm wrong about everybody. Don't do that. That's nonsense. This is an isolated energy. Listen to me. This is an isolated energy. You're not wrong about everybody. Okay? 9 of Swords is usually nonsense. It's a false sword of Damocles. It's held up. These swords are bolted to the wall. Sword of Damocles is held up by a hair. Don't get it. Don't go down that road. Okay? All right. Let's see if there's anything else the universe wants to tell you. All right? Let's see. Go back to the original deck. Give me 3 cards and a crossing card from the bottom. All right. I will tell you in advance. Okay? I will just tell you in advance so that in case you're wondering, is this me? I'm the complete opposite of this person. I am the Empress. I will tell you in advance. If I'm at your house and you tell me I'm going upstairs to change into a bikini, I will be peeping you. I guarantee I will find a way to see in that door. Okay, fine. I'm just being honest with you. See? That's what happens. Now I got no pent-up emotion. I got no crazy town, no nothing. I'm a person who everybody knows where they stand with me. This is an energy that's the opposite of that. And that leads to some weird, crazy shit. It makes people do crazy things. All right? So, don't think you're wrong about everybody. It's an isolated energy. All right? You're 100% right about me. All right, give me 3 cards and a crossing card from the bottom. All jokes aside. All right, here we go. Okay, all right. It flew out reversed. 3 of Cups reversed. The 6 of Wands, and the Chariot, and the Magician. As if by magic, poof, somebody's feelings that they never shared with you are coming out. And it has something to teach you. It's part of your journey through the soulmate cycle. Believe it or not, this has something to teach you that helps you moving forward. Maybe you don't blindly trust. Maybe people have to go through a few more hoops to get your trust going forward. Maybe it teaches you just a little bit better how to read people, which is a skill everybody should have. Everybody. Okay? Whatever it is. There's something that happens here when feelings that weren't revealed are revealed. Causes a huge transformation in your connection with this person, but it's a big victory for you. It causes a lot of transformation in you and your heart chakra. It is part of your journey through this soulmate cycle. It does allow you to charge forward with a lot more confidence than you had before, whatever it is. And like I said, I don't think it's that nefarious, per se, bad, right? I think it's more embarrassing for this person, whoever this energy is, all right? So that's why I've tried to give you embarrassing examples, you know, kind of a thing. But I will tell you, just for your own future, that's not the case here. But this type of energy can leads to a lot of assaults and things like that. You get in the car with this, I'll drive you home, you know, that kind of thing. It can go very badly, this type of energy, right? So if there's someone around you, speaking as someone who does read people like a fucking book and used to get paid for it, I will tell you, if somebody's a little too touchy-feely with you, somebody's a little too wanting to hang around you, looking for any excuse to talk to you, it's nice. It can be very flattering. Just proceed with caution until you have an actual emotional conversation with that person. You don't want to let this build up, okay, with anyone. All right. That being said, that's why I always tell people how I feel, straight up. And that's why I encourage everybody to a point. You don't want to make people uncomfortable, but to a point, make sure everybody knows where you stand, all right? And make sure you know where they stand. That's it. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. Good luck.